I'm just, you know, doing the usual, getting things set up, and yeah, I like setting up things. Okay, I think everything's good now. So, honestly, I know I said I've been really excited to talk about these two when I did those last two live streams, but there are a few in particular that I'm the most excited to do. I was really excited to do Eve at the time because I completely reworked Eve, but I'm really excited to do today. We're talking about Valkyrie, the god of peace, because I think the ones that I'm most excited to do is, of course, Valkyrie. Valkyrie is definitely a top tier one I'm most excited to do. And then Alger, Karma, and Echo. So the other T, the I, and the U are the next ones that I'm really, really excited to do. Again, I'm excited to do all of them, but I'm really excited to do this one. And of course, for the God of Peace, we've got our 23, our Rose Pink for Valkyrie. And I will say, she's the God of Peace and is accredited to being a God of Peace, but she is more so a God of Protection. Like, they call her the God of Peace and War, which goes into why that she's the God of Protection. Yeah. So I'm just gonna flip to our little page. Hi, Nure. We're gonna talk about Nure a little bit today. Here we go. So I will say. So that's what we're going to be talking about, but of course, like I always do, I always like to do a quick update. I know that usually when I start a live stream, there isn't anyone else on, but I still like to just give general updates. Call it like a time seek. See what I'm doing at the time. So, for example, I'm still working on my webcomic. However, I decided to change the webcomic that I'm working on because the one that I was working on was a big webcomic. But I decided to do one that's more ill. You see my actual arm. No. Yeah. There. Yeah. Don't appreciate that. I'm wearing black sleeves right now, so there we go. That's better. So, okay, back to this. So I decided to do, instead of that, a short comic. So think about, like, a lot of people's first comics is usually like some kind of short story, or it's like a book where each chapter is pretty episodic, and that's what this is. So I got the first 2 pages all sketched out. I'm still working on my creature sheets. Because I remade my creature sheets, actually, and I can't pull them up and show you right now because they're digital and I don't have them with me printed or anything. But yeah, I redid a whole lot of things now for comic making. But now let's get on to the actual video. Now, before I do this, I kind of do like to show my old artwork I did of the characters. For example, here is an older drawing that I did of our dear sweet Valkyrie, who we're going to be talking about. You can see she's got pink hair, that's why her holy color is pink. And I don't know why I decided to draw her in a blue tank top, I just did. But Valkyrie is probably, like, there are 2 gods that really changed their appearance once they became a god, and that would be Nure and Valkyrie. Alger is close, but not near, but does not compete to these 2. For example, here is Valkyrie right after becoming a god. Now you may be wondering, why does her hair look like it was cut by a 5-year-old? And I'll just say, thank you. You called that the reference photo that I used to actually draw this. So, yeah, I did actually look up. I forgot to add everyone in the Discord. Hold up. Also, Discord in the link as always. Okay, now that's been done. So, back to this. This is Valkyrie. Valkyrie, like, right after becoming a god. You see this four-pointed star in her eyes, which that means that she's became a god. And she ended up cutting her hair off with a broken shard of glass. That's why it doesn't look good. And yep, she is blonde. She doesn't have natural pink hair. I'm not about the natural pink and blue hair here. If they have a fun color like that, there is a reason for such. But I will say I have drawn Valkyrie pretty recently, too. Like, I've got another little concept sketch. Oh, you're seeing all my concept sketches here. This is what, you see, this is not what my sketchbook usually, no, that's a bad example. This is not what my sketchbook usually looks like. This is what it usually looks like. I just have a few really good ones up at the beginning. But, yeah. This is another concept sketch of Valkyrie, and, yeah. But the most recent drawing I did of her is actually posted. It is currently a YouTube short, which you should be able to find pretty easily. It's my Valentine's Day special that I did, since her birthday is on Valentine's Day. Which, yeah. This is my only time I really talk about their birthdays, but it's because that was the one that has been the most figured out among others. Like, Alger's has been on Christmas Day since forever. And that's what Valkyrie was for Valentine's Day. Versed with the others, I changed it a bit, and I had to work some stuff because I didn't want like half the god's birthday to be in June. That it actually happened. A lot of the original dates on my original timeline, a lot of them were in June, and I didn't even realize just how many they put them in June. So I decided that's like, oh, I kind of need to spread these out a little more. Yeah, I'm just gonna move my sticky note. Put it there. But yeah, okay. Just revealing my stuff. We're 8 minutes in. Let's get to it. I think that's something I need to be better at doing, is getting straight into it. But yeah, I will say, for the first time ever, I have my reference photos actually pulled up. So, claps for me. So, first, I think... Oh, wait, no. We start with the holy symbol. We do holy symbol first. Let me just open... So, as you can see, the original holy symbol that I have put on there is a heart with wings at the bottom with a sword going through it, which you might be sounds weird for a god of peace, but then again, I did say that she is always and will always be more of a god of protection than anything else. And I do want to keep the heart motif going on, so hold on. Why am I immediately getting straight into it? So I think... Just let me zoom. This is what's hard about traditional. Gotta always keep adjusting. So, I think I'm just gonna sketch out some ideas. So I'll draw our typical heart shape. Whoops, forgot. I kind of need to keep that open. Just like a short sword handle. Then, of course, the wings at the bottom, which just drawing them very quick. Not caring if they're too even. So yeah, this is kind of like the current concept I have, which is pretty good for a holy symbol, but there's something that I want to incorporate. So, for those that do not know, the Valkyries, they come from Norse mythology. So I thought it would be really interesting going off that Norse mythology if I decided to incorporate specifically, I want to make sure that when I draw it you can see it, this Viking rune, which I'm not going to try to pronounce its name, I'm not, but this is what it is called. And it pretty much it represents and means protection. So I thought that would be a cool thing to incorporate. Like in here, like I don't know if I want to do like a thing like over on top of the heart. Like, maybe instead of like that, if I did it like, I drew this piece, like that. Okay, I am kind of liking this. I don't know if I like it more, broken up or more together. So, but I do want to incorporate this somewhere because at the end of the day, that is what Valkyrie means and stands for. She stands for the protection of others. For just something for Valkyrie's sake, when people ask her like what she's god of, is like, especially since she's the god of peace and of war, this gets asked to her quite a bit, like what does she do, what is her purpose, and she says that she is not a god for the kings and the rulers that indict war. She is not a god for the warriors who fight in conflict. She is a god for the mothers and children who weep while their husbands and dads and sons are out at war. The ones that are praying for their protection. She doesn't grant people strength to fight. She grants them safety to live. And I think that's a pretty good way of summarizing what Valkyrie is. In the end of the day, she doesn't go in and stop a war. I mean, she has. She has once. My brain is not liking this because they're not as even as I not necessarily not as even, but they're not as symmetrical. So that's good enough. I'm gonna zoom out a little just so you guys get a little more room to breathe. There you go. There. Yeah, that looks nice. I like that. So, I'm just gonna erase some of our sketches here. So, yeah, that's kind of like my base idea for Valkyrie and who Valkyrie is. As just as a character. I think I'm gonna care more about the wing on this side since that one kind of cuts off into our little concept sketch. And I like these really dynamic, really expressive wings. I think I'll cut this one down just to be able to kind of carry out that shape more because I kind of like this shape going on. So I'm trying to keep it to that shape and that idea. There you go. So now I'm gonna try to very vaguely replicate just something that's supposed to get the general idea of it, but I'm not gonna finish that. There we go. Perfect. But now that I did these really close to each other on accident, I wonder if instead of including the sword at all, if we just like don't do that, and instead just keep this Norse symbol of protection. Maybe add to that, almost make it look blade-like. I don't know. I'm playing with stuff here. Okay, actually, hold up. This is actually giving me tons of ideas right now. So yeah. I actually like this. I will promise. There's been a lot of time spent on these holy symbols that I never meant to spend, but then I keep forgetting to decide them before stream. And I don't know. I think when it comes to gods, I think designing their holy symbols should definitely be a part of it. So then I've officially kind of like given up, just gathered references already on kind of what I want to go for. I drew this one really big this time, which that's okay. Of course, we're gonna just color it real quickly. So I will say I do name my holy symbols. However, I haven't been naming them that well. I'm kind of bad at names. Like, I think for those who showed up the last 2 times, you would know that Kali and Eve symbols are that their dragonfly, which I came up with the dragonfly of nature since they're both nature gods, which that's so stupid, you know? I was gonna accidentally name it the dragonfly of life, but I didn't want to because that leans way too Eve centered and I didn't want to do that. But that sounds way better, so I might go back, consider it. Color this first. I think now that I've like designed this holy symbol, I definitely do want to like add the symbol, the Norse symbol of protection in more spots on Valkyrie. So I'm gonna think about how to do that too. Also, some things that I have. So yeah, we got that. I will say, just to throw it out there, some other things I've been. I don't think I care to line it. It's such a simple symbol. But oh whoa. Hold up. Whoopsie daisy. I think that's so funny. I think whoopsie daisy is such a funny thing to say. I just need to check something real quickly. You know, Daniel, a pretty good YouTuber friend of mine, once said, "Aren't you worried that you're gonna accidentally like show off your face while lighting?" And I'm like, "No, it's actually literally impossible for that to happen." And that my camera falling off of its stand and flipping up is the only way that is possible. So, yeah. But it didn't happen. We're all good. We're all good. We good, guys. We good. We good. Now we gotta readjust the camera because now we gotta make room for actually drawn Val. Stop. I think that's where I want it. Sorry, that took me a second. Wow. So, yeah. I just had to make sure that there wasn't a clip in my face. Otherwise, I'd probably end the stream now while still no one's watching and making sure never uploading that publicly and then just restart stream and say that whoops, I've already drawn it. But we're good because it didn't, so. Yeah, that's the thing. Trying to figure out where I want to put stuff. Yeah. So, Valkyrie. Now, I've already mentioned how Valkyrie is probably one of the ones that I'm most excited for out of all of them. And that's for a few reasons. One, I just love Valkyrie. She's probably a character out of all the gods, the one that I draw the most is Elgar. However, the one that I'm honestly surprised I'm not drawing the most is Karma. Now, the one that I've been getting more attached to and I've been drawing even more recently has been Valkyrie. So that's one of the reasons why I'm really excited for this one. But honestly, the closer I get to drawing any of my gods, the more excited I get to draw them. Like, I usually am not, like, Yumiko's my god of the sea. I don't care too much about Yumiko. I'm a neutral on Yumiko, which sounds weird since Yumiko's my own character. But yeah. It's like not my favorite character that I've made. But however, I've done some lore things on Yumiko. I've still done like that build up stuff, and again, since Yumiko's next after this one, which I'm planning, I think I might be streaming on Thursday. It really just depends how everything is going in my life when we get to Thursday. I mean, you can, again, join my Discord server. Whoops, I did not mean to do that. If join my Discord server if you're interested, and then I always post like an update like 10 minutes before I go live of when I'm streaming. So yeah. Sometimes I forget to add everybody, but I always remember to do that eventually. So yeah. This is Valkyrie. This is Valkyrie's shape. Valkyrie. I wanted Valkyrie to be more full figured, more curvaceous, more lustrous, you could say. Is it because I want to draw full-figured women? Yeah. Is it because I think a lot of my cast of gods are like really, really skinny, scrawny, and I've been trying to change that and diversify it because that's not realistic. Also, yeah. We still got some scrawny gods though. We still got Echo and Karma slightly, Nure definitely, and I don't know. I don't even know what and I guess Alger, but Alger is different. I hate drawing. I like drawing thighs. I don't like drawing past the knee. I really don't. But I do. And you can't even see all of it. So, trying to make you be able to see like everything there. No, you can't. No, it just barely cuts off. There we go. But yeah. It's not my expertise. I will say I'm hoping on it's been a while since I've posted like a long form video, which is what I usually like doing. But I'm going to soon. I've got a few video ideas planned out. And now like I don't know. One of them, which is actually suggested, by that partially suggested, I made a joke about it and people said, yeah, I want that. In a Discord server I'm a part of, was making a video about how to draw like me, which I think that would be fun to do. I feel like I'd fail miserably while doing it, but yeah, I don't know. I'll give the people what they want. And so I think that's going to be one coming up. And then since I've been so busy, I think I'm planning to make a lot more almost commentary-esque videos. Like, just videos on, like, character designing and stuff, and, like, make comments on them. But, yeah. But, now, here, let me just talk kind of about what I'm doing. So, this is Valkyrie. I will say Valkyrie is, and always will be, a flat-chested queen. Because I made one of the other gods, which we'll be talking about soon enough. And it's not Amiko. Her name is Kaleo, but yeah, we'll talk about her soon enough. Made a joke about her being flat-chested, and I don't know. It's just kind of been the thing. I think originally I was just gonna have it like go to her face, but I think instead I'll have her hand like go up and like strongman, fold it up, and show off the fact that she is muscular, powerful, strong women. Which we love that. We love that for her. No. Tuesday. Throw it on Thursday just for funsies. The more I stream, the more I want to. Because, hold up, why is my video so glitchy? Hold on. Okay, it seems to be fine now. I don't know what just happened there. But, yeah. I kind of want to design all the gods so that I can stream other things. And it's not that I can't stream other things when I'm working on the gods, it's that I really want to get the gods done because I want to stream them before I start making like character sheets and do a lot more posts about them, which is why I want to finish them so badly. There. Give her little titty. Hey, I'm funny. And you know I'm funny because I have to tell you that I'm funny. Anyway. Here we go. I think this is a pretty good figure drawing. And now we get to add some of the other things, figure stuff, to Valkyrie, like the fact that she does in fact have wings. And I do have a lot. This is one of the gods where I have a lot of developed lore for. Like, probably the only one where I have lore on how her parents met and stuff like that. It's also the only one I felt needed that. But yeah. Also, her wings are attached to her shoulder blades right here. She's just hanging them down right now. I'll draw another wing up here just to kind of further highlight that so people don't get confused without me explaining it. But yeah. We've got one of our winged women. Which, yeah. There are quite a few characters among the gods that were born with wings. Like, Eve was born with wings, though Eve cannot fly anymore. Alger, Karma, and Valkyrie. So I guess it's only those 4. But that is still 4 out of the 12 gods I have. And I don't know why, but I love giving like these little... Those are not little and not how I want them to look. I think I'll make them kind of smaller. But I like these little feathery ear things that are like barely ears. I like them so much. By the way, just to tell of the anatomy of this ear, the actual ear is right here, and these feathers just kind of like go off. Like, the actual ear shape is like this. And then feathers go off, and like there's usually a layer of feathers covering this part, and then the second row of feathers, which is an extension of this bone. Well, not bone. Well, yeah, kinda. I don't know. I can't remember. Also, hello. There's someone else watching, so I'm just gonna say hi. But yeah. I just kind of wanted to point out how this ear anatomy works because yes, I've thought about it. I draw this ear shape so much on so many characters. I've thought about it. Thought about it so hard, I'm violently shaking my pencil over it. But yeah. Right there. So, of course, we've got our first figure, and how could I forget? I will scooch, scooch, scooch. I like to give them tails. I don't know. I like drawing tails, that's why. Got these 2 little brush-like tails. And then, of course, some more bird-like tail feathers. that kind of go with these. And some just little liney feathers just to incorporate everything. There you go. Now we've got Valkyrie drawn out in the fullest. Tail, wings, little ear things, and all. So we got our anatomy sketch. Now we gotta do some of the fun stuff, which is why I gotta move my book down here. Oh, so you can see the edge of the page. I didn't even realize you could see the edge of the page. Just gonna. Oh yeah. We love adjusting the camera 20 billion times. So now we gotta do new part. Key draw, sketch out Valkyrie with the typical round, and it's not very round. I'm gonna draw a little hint sketch of her ears. I'm not trying to make this perfect because, well, we're concept arting here. Concept arting our beautiful woman. And also, as of course, once we finish the concept art and I'll start coloring and stuff, I will definitely give you the lore and tale of Valkyrie. So, yeah. So I will say Valkyrie is one of the characters where the like I already have like a hairstyle for her. So I don't really have to do this, but I want to, okay? Can you blame me? So usually I have her hair kind of going up here. And then it like puffed out. Usually kind of some loose strands. But then we go back up here. And then we get her little swirly little curls. Well, not little, they are big curls. And that's kind of how her hair has been like this really curly, fluffy hair. And then I always do like these little kind of feather stuff coming off her hair. I don't know why I'm drawing eyes. I'm gonna stop drawing eyes right now. Did I have like an internet problem, maybe? I don't know. It just froze on my end. So if you saw like a jarring transition, that's why. And oh, that's annoying. It's really annoying. Yeah, okay. Should I just hope for the best? Because I don't know how to fix that. I'm not the most technologically knowledgeable. So, I'm drawing another little face here. Again, draw the ear wings. And another idea I had was I still wanted to keep her iconic curls, because I don't know. Because a part of me doesn't want to give them up. That's why I've been drawing them to her for so long. But I will try. Hi, but one thing that I actually recently thought of So it's not like a rate of the now, ooh, let's try something spur of the moment type thing. It is like, it's a thought I've had, was instead of like all these curls, instead we have like the two in the front and then have it like more braided. I do not like where I put that braid, so I'm just gonna redo it, and like we're gonna say, hey, the braid is coming here, so let's have it go up here. And just kind of braid hair flow. There you go. I think this is still a bad representation of it. Maybe I'll try to do like a, this is what Valkyrie's hair looks like from the back kind of thing. Gotta draw those ears. So now we're getting to the, this is your back, your head. We see your little front swirlies. Imagine maybe some of these feathers popping out of the braid, pulling all that hair back. Ooh. I'm liking that a lot, so I think maybe if I think, especially because I drew the braid on this one, so I'm gonna like emphasize that more, like hair pulled back and stuff. I guess you don't really see it, so I think I'm gonna just choose to erase it here. Some hints to it. Darn, it is really messing up today. So this, wow. I do kind of like it. Only do I feel like I have more room to play and fix things. Also, whoa. I think shouldn't be my internet connection. It should be fine. Hold up. Yeah, it's on the right thing. This is weird and I don't like it. Now, I think I have to, at this point, at least entertain the idea of like not having little curls in front and just having the braid in the back. And that's kind of how it's looking. Do you like the eraser I put in the back of this? I feel like Valkyrie at least needs something in the front here. I do not like the no thing in the front. So maybe I try to continue on with that braid. I know braids don't really look like this, but I'm just trying to draw like simple. simple little No, I don't like this at all. I definitely like this one way more. But hey, Valkyrie can have other hairstyles. That's good at least. I think part of the reasons like I don't like the face shape I gave her on this one, because that definitely impacts. So I think at the end I am going with this one. So I'm not going with the classic all hair braided and curl. I'm gonna go with the new concept of the one braid in the back. So you know, just for curiosity, I'm actually gonna try one more thing. So I'm gonna look up hairstyles of Norse women, which do have the braids, which is why I was trying to incorporate braids this time. Specifically, I'm trying to looking at for 790 to 1100, because that's where you get a lot of the. Because I wonder if. So I'm like definitely keeping that back main braid. So I'm gonna remake this. I really hate that face, so I'm gonna try to ignore it because this is not about the face. I'm just gonna see and play with maybe making this a braid, which is really common in these hairstyles that I'm seeing. So instead of like just this straight flat, and then goes to her main braid back here. Kind of like a crown. It might just because me trying to draw a quick braid looks ugly, but I don't really like it. And try another thing right here. Do it straight on. So one of these designs I also see is not necessarily a braid in the front. It's a like draw like the hairline. Oh, that's why it looks so weird. Forgot her ears. Just kidding. I didn't forget. I was just gonna draw them in a minute. Show it there, and then here is where some of these braids start. I think it might just be the eyes. Like the eyes are too far apart and too small. Cause I like. it was really fun trying out this, especially because I like doing this because I like giving my characters more than one outfit. So now I have like other ideas. But I think I'm going with this one of the braid in back, curls in front. But I think it would be fun to do something cute like this for maybe like a little special thing. But now that we have this, now we get to decide like kind of like what hair accessories. So in my like original Valkyrie design, there's always like a red gem here being a crest, and that had like the angel wings. But I thought something that would be cool if instead of just the typical little wings I did, if I had it instead match the holy symbol. Like maybe instead of a diamond, I make that heart shaped, and then I have like the symbol of protection here. Or like maybe instead of the heart, I just have it the symbol of protection. Or maybe I highlight this part of it, like that. Because then, yeah. Because normally it had little wings here. Like a lot of the normal gem designs for Valkyrie I did, or it's just this basic one. Then it had like this little really little frill lining, and then it usually had like little 3 bumps for 2 wings. And then it usually went off like that. But I think maybe instead I do it like that. To have it more, instead of this, I think just gonna move it over to explore more concepts. I'm gonna kind of just redraw that one here, but more seriously. Okay. So, and now here's the idea that I currently have sketched on there. Kind of like this heart shape, and then just this in the middle of it. Which that doesn't look good here, because, yeah. Okay, now here is just that symbol. Then we gotta think about how to make it kind of like a headdress. Like maybe I keep our typical gem there. I'm definitely liking something more like this rather than the heart idea. This is more simple. Maybe that looks too much like Alger's symbol. I don't, they're friends, but they're just, yeah. Erase that a bit. Redo it. There we go. Because even this one, I normally had, after that, there was normally like another gem hanging down. And I think making it more of that protection symbol just further incorporates like the holy design. Which, yeah. That took up a lot of the page. So now we'll move back up here. I'm going to start with her like little holy symbol. I'm going to color that in. I think I put it up too high. I want it to go lower, almost kind of like, you know, like the nose piece for knights. I kind of like that. Her signature curl hair. And everything else is being pulled back into a nice. Maybe I should show off the braid. Put it on like this side. Have it draped over like Elsa. There we go. Her hair's not too long, so. But there we go. We got that. Now we gotta do outfit, which of course I'm gonna draw her in armor, but I won't for this. I'll draw her in armor for her like before God design, simply because her armor really hasn't changed much. So yeah. So I'm just gonna draw like her basic. I think drawing bigger definitely helps because I felt like I got more room to play with stuff. Plus, I feel like the page is actually kind of full, which I really like that. Usually, never mind. We want to do that down, not up. Give room for shoulders. Give room for thighs and thigh gap. There we go. There. I think that's a pretty good base on what to draw things on top of. Which there. Have belly button. I did it the wrong way. Whoops. Have belly button. So. Which this is something that I really didn't want to do. This is what I didn't know what to do the most with, so I didn't have this looked up, but I'm gonna do it. Because it's the one that I thought, like, I'll just come up with something. But I'm not coming up, well, I did not come up with something, so we're just gonna look up some more typical Norse fashion in the time period that Norse mythology was really prevalent in. Just to. And it looks like there's kind of a lot of layering in here. A lot of metals. So I think this is gonna be a cute idea for Valkyrie, especially because it's seen with a little clasp here, which that clasp we can have be little holy design here for clasp, and then like a belt, something to tie it all together, a simple loose knot. There we go. And then these sides going up. Will not touch the clasp. And then usually a long sleeve garment. Which I do think that this would just be a cute idea for her as like a casual wear type clothing. but just so we have more options, I'm gonna I shouldn't have zoomed out. I'm gonna zoom back in. I'm just gonna move I'm gonna draw another little figure. Like, cause we also see some like more corsets being added. So like I thought that might be a cool idea. Just to meet. Draw a corseted wear, because a lot of the corsets kind of look like this, unless my reference pictures are completely wrong, which they might be. I'm not doing heavy research or anything. Just class. This is a common neckline piece. Now it's just kind of like just a dress. That's all it is. It is just a dress. There you go. Which I think that could be cool. I think I also just want to add kind of my own personal flair to it. Like maybe add like another little dress coat thingy. Keep that down. And I guess, okay, something to keep in mind is like we need it to be able to be worn with wings, which I was not keeping in mind. So, whoops on my part. I think maybe no corset, but keep that clasp idea here. And we can assume that this thing probably goes down like that, like as like a back, like it goes down, has like an open back. Just got this would be like just low back stuff. But I do also kind of want to keep maybe just a high inch. Okay. I'm liking this. Looks a lot fancier for our girl. Let's come up to Valkyrie here. Give her some clothes. Simple metal clasp with her holy symbol, which is not so simple. That's why this goes here. If you're wondering why it goes to here, because then that's when we throw in a sweet, cute little belt over here. And then, yeah. don't really want to. I'm just gonna lightly erase just so I can have some reference. Or at least, this is another good reason why I'm doing this live, because then I can get all the basic figures if I ever need to reference them again. I think ends off there. Yeah. I think I do like the simplicity of it, simply because it's something that Valkyrie could wear before becoming a god, and Valkyrie is a pretty simple person, and I think that is something that she would do, just lore-wise. Maybe change up the colors a bit. Which is funny, because in this sketch over here, I thought it looked like so fancy, hoity, all that. But yeah. Now, and now we get to do the fun part. The sketch of move even more this way. Kind of hard to move it more because the book hits my stand. So and then I don't want my so I can't get too far from the end. Ooh, we're missing like a huge chunk over here. We just gotta zoom out a little. Oh, stop, calm it down. Is that better? Yeah, that's a little better. It's enough room to work with. I'll give it that. So now we get to do the fun part. So I've got two references open right now. I've got a depiction of the Valkyrie in like actual Norse mythology, like how they drew the Valkyries. And I've got more depictions of Norse armor in the time period that Norse mythology was prevalent. So yeah, I've got both mine. I'm gonna go. There's a dog barking like crazy. I think it's Rose. 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 Rose, why are you crying? Yeah, it is Rose. I know what's wrong. I know what the problem is now. Hi, Rosie. I know what's wrong. I think my mom's home right now. I'm currently staying with her still. I won't be like 2 months, but so that'll be changing. But I think she took Bella out on a walk and not Rosie. And now Rosie's sad. Rosie, come here. Calm down. You're fine. All right. I can give you a walk later today. That's all right. She's still crying. She's so sad. I'll give you a walk later, I promise. I gotta finish this though. Okay. Bye. You're gonna bump everything. I'll be back, Rose. Anyway, so I'll give her a walk when I'm done with this live. Oh, another reason why you should join the Discord, because I post pictures of my dog. A lot of them. So, to here, I'm trying to figure out kind of where to draw this. Mainly for the camera's sake. Because originally I was going to draw it more this way, because it made sense to draw it more this way, but the camera, it doesn't make sense, so I'll do it for the camera's sake. Because that's more important than necessarily where this is put, because this is a fine spot. So, do a rib cage again. Our pelvis. And now you may be wondering, this looks way skinnier. Whether it's still very lightly Valkyrie shaped. She was very skinny before because of under-eating. Now, she may look like she's probably still more full-figured than I am. I'm really skinny because that is just part of her genetics. But even then, like, she is very big-boned. But even then, you can still see bones. Now they're big, so. Now you especially can. Draw a hip bone. And there we go. But yeah, she was a lot leaner before, but a lot more unhealthy. She is healthy now. It's simple because of wartime, and warriors, they never get the best food or anything, really. So, yeah. Again, hate drawing that part, the least favorite part. I'm just gonna skip, draw the neck, draw her face. That is way too small. There we go, that's better. Those ears are too big, too big. That would be small. Small, small little ear flaps. Those are too small. Whatever. I think I'll draw the shoulder blades. Well, just all just kind of hiding arms away. Staying still. Barking again. Now we go into this. Now I think this is where I'll do the more classic, like braid in front, going back, long braid. And her hair used to be way longer here at this time. She's looking down. Kind of failed those guys, but whatever. But yeah. And of course she still had these little feathers sticking out. That's just been a part of her for a while. And but enough about that basic figure. It is time to draw that. Now I don't know if you know much about historic armor, but they actually do highlight areas of the body, like the chest. But you don't really see that on women's armor because women weren't commonly warriors. But unlike if you look up like depictions of the like ancient depictions of the Valkyrie, it usually had stuff accentuating like the chest. Some of them are almost crazy looking. But yeah. And it's kind of hard to find old artwork, but I managed to find some, and of course a lot of this is also more modern artwork. So I'm trying to pick the modern artwork where it's not necessarily sexualizing all of them, cause that's bad. Don't sexualize women, my guy. What are you doing? Yeah, you hear it here, folks. Don't sexualize. I think sexualizing women is bad. I see this kind of like cloak capey thing, which I really like. Kind of got like an armored bodice going on. Is that the right word? I don't know. But yeah, it usually ends up going here. Which, I don't know. They are not depicting any leg armor on these gals. Which that's why we're referencing also actual armor at the time. Which doesn't really, it's not little form. It's very, very formless, shapeless. So like this is like most armor, what they're looking. Just a bunch of metal panels. I am messing up so much over here, actually. So I see, like, they usually have some kind of belt strap thing here to, of course, well, hold their sheath. And so I wanna draw that. She's a warrior. We kind of got more form paneling stuff here. It's kind of skirt-like already, which I appreciate. I don't know. I like it. That'd just be, it's more skirt-like is just so much easier to draw than more, like, legs. I don't like drawing legs. So, like, chainmail, which this was usually. But yeah, I know this is not like the best sketches by any mean. I do like these leg art stuff they had. You know, we care about keeping our warrior women protected, but still fabulous, so. Draw a little keep stuff. She looks dead inside, that was intentional. And, I think it should be wise just to draw just another bit of her face. That looks way too intentionally grumpy, not more dead. I've messed that one up, but that's okay. I just kind of want to draw the typical. Just kind of want to draw a helmet. She deserves a helmet. Because that's her, like, kind of without her helmet, her neck, little guard going into battle. And I think have her armor there. And just have a little hole. Her, something that we see on like these Valkyrie drawings is they usually have like these these like head wings depicted on their helmets. I don't think they would have the tool to really make that for Valkyrie, so instead we're getting this more probably has like a face mail veil that we'll get into. But yeah. Just adding more leather strap just because I like the detail of it all. Yeah. But she's probably gonna have something more detail for armor, but I don't know. You draw one set of armor, I'm fine. And I believe Valkyrie, she died when. I think my notes say, let me find my notes though. It shouldn't take too long. I just need to wait for something to load. Oh, oh, I have it down, I have it down. Ooh, yep. She died at 19. Oh, I broke my pencil lead. Whoops. 19, which I guess for this young depiction of Valkyrie, I gotta draw her wings as well. She was a lot more uptight, so her wings are gonna be more close to her body. And tail. Tail. Yeah. I think I just wanna what time? How long have we been streaming? 85 minutes or an hour 20. So I think we made pretty due time, and I think this is the most full of pages looking. Just kind of want to give off tired warrior vibes. He's tired and eepy. I'm gonna draw her braid again, going up, just 'cause I want to see more examples of it. She's still pretty decorated. Yeah, they're all pointing this way. I just kind of want to show off some more bills, and I think we're going into. Oops. Zoom out. Zoom out. I didn't almost drop it again, I promise. There. Okay. There we go. Go. Being mean to me. That's just a pencil sharpener. I'm just moving it. Okay. So now it's coloring time. We're gonna fill our sketchbook full of life. Gotta put this underneath it. And, yeah. Just, I don't know, doodle art. I'm having some fun, okay? So, now, where do we begin? I think, as I told you, this is the only one where I've developed how our parents met, because it's the only one that really matters how everything came to be. Now, humans were always raging and warring with one another. It was a big wartime. After all, it was after the Fey Forest has been recently burnt down. The main thing that humans have been fighting with was nature has now been terminated. At least so they thought. So now humans began to have the fight of all of this new land was made. Because the woods were burnt down and burnt down quite far. Or there seemed to be this large amount of open land for kingdom that would be perfect suited for kingdoms to build on. And so they began to war and fight over this new land for kingdoms. So that is the era that Valkyrie is being born in. It's the one reason why, if you look at my chart, you can see that I noted that the Fey Forest burnt down. Because not only is it an important event, it started a new era. This is why Valkyrie is the first of the Middle Age gods. simply because now there is just so much more to it now. Like this burning down of the forest, it really did start a new era of the world entirely. Because before there was a lot of worshipping respect of nature. It was the beginning of the humans' fight on nature. And that was kind of like it is the new era turning point. So just gonna little color this little ear. Color your ear. Your ear has been colored. So, which that is really important to know. Now they were in need. This kingdom was in need of warriors. They simply didn't have the manpower to continue this fight. And that's like, oh, that's a big problem. Because how are we supposed to fight this when we don't even have anybody to fight this? Like, we are way outnumbered. So then one guy, which I named him, I can't remember his name, had an idea. What if instead of more fighters, all we need is a stronger fighter? Someone who one of them could take out hundreds of men. And it'd be like, how are we supposed to find, and let alone pay for a fighter like that? And he's like, well, what if we made one? And it'd be like, how do you make one? Like, how do we train a fighter so skilled that one of them could take out hundreds of the other team? And then he talked about this is also kind of when we see hybrids come into the picture. Like, a lot of things before were kind of pure wild. There was no hybridization besides some natural hybridization. Like, it was always occurring, but this is when it kind of became a point in history. So then he decided that he's like, I will give you, like, pretty much, I will get you that soldier, like, if you pay me handsomely. So what he ended up doing is this man, he's from the mountains. He's not from this place, and he was just exploring around, he looking for a payday. Now, when you're from the mountain regions, you know of this creature called the harpy. Harpies are harpies are bigger than humans, stronger than humans, and vicious. So he thought that would be perfect. But there's a little problem about picking a harpy to, well, literally fight your wars. Because, well, they don't care about human wars, and they do not care about humans. They have no, like, general, like, they do feel emotions. They do know. They are very intelligent, but they don't care. When they see a fight, they are killing the people on both sides. They could care less if it was their own, unless it was like actual other harpies. Because he was like, him and his little mind, not knowing much about harpies or their culture or how they actually are, he decides that I'm going to. So harpies, they're a big fan of feats of strength. How to find a harpy lover? Kill a bear in front of them, offer it to them, and they'll be swooning because it takes a lot of strength to do that. So that's what he ended up doing. He hunts a bear and then he offers this bear to the harpy nest up high in the mountains, bringing down attention to the leader of them, a sweet, well, not really sweet. By sweet, I mean violent yet powerful harpy named Aphrodite. But you may be wondering, Aphrodite, isn't that the Greek goddess of love? Yeah, well, again, I reference everything from multiple things, so harpies are from Greek mythology, which is why I wanted to reference a Greek goddess among them, especially since harpies are pretty powerful as well. Um, so now that comes with like a new general like idea. So he offers to this harpy for like some time. Pretty much just say, hey, I will give you this good meat. I have proven myself to be strong, powerful, and worth your time. If we get to lay with one another. She ends up saying yes, brings him to his nest, and they, well, so now we get to know what Valkyrie is. She is half human and half harpy. Now, these harpies aren't like the harpies that even like in Phantasticus has today. They have gone through like a lot of changes. So they're not at all the same. So don't think of them as the same. So there, just some general things to know. These are very ancient harpies. Valkyrie in herself is very old. Like they do not work the same way as they even do now. I was doing this to play around, but I like this so much more than just coloring everything. And I think that's what I'm going to start doing now. Is just like color bits and pieces of the drawing instead of all of it, which I'm kind of sad I didn't start doing that, but I'm doing it now. I'm allowed to change stuff in the middle of making doing live stuff. And so well, this harpy ends up laying an egg. This egg of a hybrid of, well, herself and this human man. Then he ends up stealing this egg, which you may say he's the father of the egg. He's not stealing this egg. Well, this is not how harpy civilization works. In his mind, it's like, I pretty much gave this harpy a bear so I can get this egg. It is mine. I have claim to it. But to the harpy mother, she's like, that you literally just, it's like, you barely did anything. It's like, it's like, I did not promise to be your lover or your partner or whatever, and this just happened to occur. That egg should be mine. And that's the main dilemma those two are facing off with now. So yeah. I really wish I started doing this first. I'm still kind of sad. And every time I look over there, I get sad. But anyway, so back to the story. So, he ends up stealing this egg. Which, of course, this harpy is tick and ends up, like, hunting him down for the rest of his pathetic little life. But yeah. Hmm. Why did I move that? I do not know why I moved that. Anyway, back to the story. So that pretty much how Valkyrie came to be. And then he said, it's like, hey, in this egg will be a strong warrior. And he's like, are you stealing dragon eggs? Hello? We are not dealing with any dragons. Like, no, this is not dragons. In this egg is my daughter. Or, well, he didn't know the genders. He was like, my child. And be like, what? Humans don't lay eggs. It's like, yeah. However, the partner I had this egg with does. So, yeah. Really confusing conversation, honestly. So, but they ended up accepting this egg, and and when the egg hatched, little Valkyrie is born, and they end up training her to be, well, a warrior. And so that's how Valkyrie is now put into her place. She is the top warrior, and just like he said, it was one person could kill hundreds of their soldiers simply because it is someone with that human like strength. Well, with the, as he would say, human intelligence, even though harpies are again pretty intelligent. So even though it was like human intelligence, but harpy strength. Which are a dangerous combo. So Valkyrie literally kills it on the battlefield. And she is mostly trained to not think of her enemies like other humans. She thinks of them as like animals, as criminals, as bad people, because she was pretty much raised to follow orders and literally just kill. So, and then that's where we get to the conflict. At 19 years old, today was her birthday, not that it mattered. They, well, she was like the really only the god where her birthday might have been celebrated a little. She might say, of this is when our hero was born, but she never got a cake or even recognition for all that she has done for this was what she was supposed to do. She was supposed to be a weapon. She was born to be a weapon. And war went on as usual. They made quite a good push into the land and claiming it as more, but as greedy humans do, they kept trying to get more and more and more. Which, to Valkyrie, since these people were the enemy, they were criminals. They would hurt people, hurt the people that her friends, the people that she cared about. She really had no choice other than to fight and fight and fight and fight some more. This was her life. And this life, she ended up killing this guy, except for he wasn't fully dead, not yet, so she went on to continue hunting him down to finish the job like she had been told to do a million times before, and what she has done and acted out a million times before. But this time, instead of fleeing and running away like he's heard the terrors of this figure who hunted and killed men with no remorse, this figure who'd killed so many, it was the reason why a team that should have won, that had better weapons, more soldiers, better training, more time, all things considered, should have been winning, but it was this one woman who destroyed them all. He ended up pulling out a picture, little Polaroid. There wasn't much for cameras and such technology then, but he had a little sketch drawing of his family that he put in a little pocket in his armor for good luck, to remember why he must live, why he must make it home, but that didn't seem possible anymore. So he, in his last moments, wanted to at least look at their faces. Even if he couldn't be there to tell them sorry, he wanted to be able to at least say sorry to something that contained their image. And that's what he did. But Valkyrie found him. Hearing his whispers, his apologies, Valkyrie looked and saw the photo, taking it from his hand in case it was some kind of war tactic or a strategy of science, as that is what she's been taught to do. But just seeing a picture of a wife and a child at home. And this broke her heart, because now she realized that though she was taught to view them as nothing but criminals and the enemy, that they were just as good or as evil as the people who raised her. The people that were evil were the ones raging the war, never the ones fighting in it. And she had a lot of sympathy for the soldiers on her side because she viewed them as good people trying to fight a bad, but then she realized they are good people fighting good people well, there must be some bad person, but she didn't have an answer to that yet. Maybe good people just fought good people, but why was she told they were evil? And this she ended up taking his hand, finding medical kit to bandage him up and helping him flee, but she was caught while doing this. While he ended up surviving, she was captured and to be judged for her actions, as she has committed treason. They tried her, and the leaders which she had fought her whole entire life to serve, the people that she had fought to protect, she was no good better than the enemies or the criminals that they charged every single day. This this was her life. Her life was for them, but it didn't matter because now she had learned about the world. Now she was a threat, just like the army was originally. And that's how Valkyrie, at just 19 years old, was wheeled onto a stage, a crowd of people most cheering after all. Instead of the war hero she was, the fact that she won them hundreds of battles throughout her years of life, and even though she was only still so young, being put up on the stage, they cheered for her death because she was a means to an end, not a person like them. Valkyrie was beheaded that day for treason. And even when staring into the eyes of the people that she had fought for, the people that she used to care about and die for, Valkyrie wanted one thing and one thing only. She wanted peace. She wanted these good people to stop fighting these good people. She wanted them to get to see that they were fighting the same battle, that there was no enemy. She didn't know that this whole war was a push for land. She didn't know that this whole war was started by higher-ups who wanted more power, who were too cowardly to even step foot on the field themselves. She thought it was a misunderstanding because all she did in her life was not understand. She ascended to godhood after being hung on a stage with people again cheering for her death, for her downfall, as she was a monster, not an ally. She wasn't entirely human, both literally and emotionally, to the people who watched her die. So where do we go now? Now that she's dead, well, she gets to enact her final wish as she met the 3 categories and things you need to do in order to become a god. She met all 3, ascended, and she got what she wanted. She put an end to this war. She stopped innocent people and men from dying for this war over land and power. In that ascension and stopping the war, that is where she realized that it was a power struggle, that it was a fight for land and not over people. It was a fight for what Valkyrie would say is a meaningless cause. A cause of death and bloodshed, and not a cause of anything else, really. And now she lives on as a god, doing all the things that she never could before. She likes to sew, make her own clothes, she cooks for everyone, she bakes. She has a life that is anything more than just war. And while still a fighter, still a trained knight, still a warrior, and still competent in those abilities, Valkyrie no longer felt like that was her life and no longer treats it like her life. It's why she says that while she is a god of peace and a god of war, she is truly a god of neither, and instead a god for the mothers, the sisters, the brothers, the children. She's a god for those who want their loved ones to return safely home from battle. If war is an inevitability, then she will keep people alive. And yeah. Bye! I hope you like this. As again, Valkyrie, one of my favorites that I was really excited to talk about. And I think I really like this drawing of post of pre-God Valkyrie. And again, I really wish I started doing this sooner. I wish I did this from the beginning. But I didn't. No, it's much too late for that. But yeah. It's time for me to end stream. That's another character done. I think I am gonna stream Thursday. We'll be talking about the god of the sea, Yumiko. And yeah. But that is Valkyrie, our warrior goddess queen, and this was Phantasticus, and we'll see you on Thursday.